regardless, doesn't stop the fact that I can still do it off and online. So far, so good. I think I know my career. I'm working in line in my career. I'm doing much of that. So that's my journey so far. Yes, most definitely. Because there's no way you can do without each one another in both. Especially for what I do. I do social media management, and they find social media in everything that is done. Like I was saying earlier, like I do social media management for sport brands, for food brands, for health brands. So look at that factor now. What helped me even further was getting a job in the sports sector. That confirmed everything for me. I knew that, okay, now what are you looking for again? Be on this line, see what you can add, right? And I run ads for a business. The business is looking to sell products online. And I run this ad and they're able to sell products. Joy, it's a big joy for me. Why is that? Because they will always stick with me. In fact, bring more people to me, right? So basically for me it's been similar. So if I see good results, that's it, like driving. That's like that's it for me. It helps me put in more effort to get a better result than I got earlier. Get a much better result than I get earlier. And for the sport management, in like it's not working. That's where your passion comes in, right? What first you want to get into this thing? So that's if it's not something you love from onset, you would find it difficult to continue with. You might become fed up.
Chastise me, lift me up, take my heart's for you. Lord, I bow for your throne. Everything I have, I give to you. Lord,
Okay. Um, okay, so my name is Thobbie Gabriel, and I'm a social media and ad manager. Likewise, a sport administrator, and also I'm a freelancer. So I do almost anything. I don't reject jobs, right? So I do almost anything. So my journey so far, finding all of this together, I would not say it's a planned thing. I just say it's something I walked into at the same time, finding purpose, right? So I started social media management from school, yeah, from my time in University of Lagos. Normally started as still doing social media, enjoying social media, being able to just have multiple accounts in your devices and doing the most common things, right? But when it started to become something of more like a career out there, and also I look into it's something I can go into and get serious with, right? And for sport administration that I do, I'd say I just found purpose basically for that part. Simply because I walked into working with people that are into the sports space, most especially a mentor of mine. Shout out to you by the way. So working with this person, even in fact started as okay, my leisure, I'll just come and help you out. So like discover something I can actually go into and go deeper into, right? At the end of the day, also good. I found myself also getting a job under a sport and administration. So what else am I looking for? I've been working in the sports sector before. Now getting a job in another sports sector. What are we saying? I think this aligns. The lines are clear, right? And so what did I just do? I took it more serious, made it a full time thing. Likewise, my social media management and ad management, like I said. So for social media and ad management, that's majorly an online thing. You understand? If you understand what social media and ad management is, what you can do anywhere you're based, right? And as for sport and administration, that's more like a full time thing. Regardless, it doesn't stop the fact that I can still do it off and online. So far, so good. I think I know my career. I'm working in line in my career. I'm doing so much of that. So that's my journey so far.
thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. All right. So I wouldn't say there's difficulty in transiting, but I say the help and the difficulty in balancing. So because that's indeed a thing. What has been working for me is the fact that first of all the willingness that okay, I'm willing to do this. This is what I want to do. You must be willing to do something before you can go all in to overcome the challenges that comes with it, right? So I was willing to do this. So first of all, the willpower helps me to um, um put all together and help myself to structure my work schedule. When it's time for social media management, that I know okay, I have social media management jobs to do. I basically plan myself, plan my time. That's why you see, if you don't plan, you plan to fail. Like you said. So it's just basically structure. Give yourself structure. And by so doing, you're able to balance your work schedule. Like I said, social media management is more of an online thing rather for me. Simply means that I do not accept any physical social media management. So that's one thing for me. So for somebody that says he does social media management and works in a company that you are their social media manager and also you want to also do sport management or sport administration, to be quite difficult because it can be both, except you now do this social media management in the sports sector because that's two different things, right? But for me, I do social media management across several brands, not just sport administration. Now I could manage social media sport sector brand online, could manage an health sector's brand online, could manage a food sector brand online. Basically, but I'm more of the online social media manager, remote social media manager for short. And for my sport management, it's more of the my present. So I'm able to manage them together because I plan, I schedule my time, I try to manage, work with these studies. I work with priorities, right? Yeah, that's the word, I work priorities. Yeah. Yes, most definitely, because there's no way you can do without each one another in both, especially for what I do. I do social media management and they find social media in everything that is done. Like I was saying earlier, like I do social media management for sport brands, for food brands, for health brands. So look at that factor now. It's not a big deal to not merge those two together because already it's found in everything that I do. So social media, it's now there's no place that social media does not have a factor. In fact, social media helps you amplify whatever you're saying, whatever voice you want to get, gives you voice, right? So everybody needs social media. But this day and age, now everybody's always on their phones, online, checking one thing or the other. I was telling a friend earlier, couples now, instead of speaking with one another, they are always on their phone. Basically, what I'm saying in essence is everyone is on their phone, right? So me being a social media manager gives me an edge in every other career path that I still tend to go into or that I'm also into because I will still use my skill in social media management and bring it on there and thrive and achieve much even in that. And so it's not a big deal for me. In essence, I understand your question to be, was I actually looking into going into sport management before I could turn into okay. Like I said earlier, I started social media management right from school day, my university days. So venturing into sport management, like I told you, started me working with a close friend, brother and father of mine, a mentor of mine. So now coming into that line, then I found quality, purpose in that part that okay, this is something I can actually go into the full time and deeper. What helped me even further was getting a job in the sports sector. That confirmed everything for me. I need okay now. What are you looking for again? Be on this line, see what you can. Oh, what drive? Most definitely. So one of these are the fact that as much as I work and I see results, First of all, that's a big deal for me. I like to see results in whatever I do. First, for example, in my social media management, and if you know what social media management entails, I have to manage people's socials, help them amplify their voice, their business, their brands, whoever they are online. So if I'm doing that and I see results, that this person is actually getting results from now, this brand is getting known, this brand is getting engagement, I'm happy. For example, I run ads, right? And I run ads for a business. The business is looking to sell products online. And I run this ad and they're able to sell products. Joy, it's a big joy for me. Why is that? Because they will always stick with me. In fact, bring more people to me. The best form of growing your business, like I used to tell people, is referral. When you've done something for somebody and the person can comment without whether you're there or not, the person can say, "Oh, this is what I know a guy, I know somebody that does this for me," right? So basically for me it's been similar. So if I see good results, that's my driving that's like that's it for me. It helps me put in more effort to get a better result than I got earlier. Get a much better result than I get earlier. And for the sport management, and first of all, I'm a sport lover, right? So first, I find joy in what I do. So and in everything, it's never easy, right? So at those little times that I get joy, I'm happy the result I'm getting. Then that's the motivation for me. I take that, okay, now we can go further in this. As much as I make progress, that helps me keep going. Yeah. Yes, most definitely. Like I said earlier, in everything you do in life, there's always the point where some things are difficult, things are looking like it's not working. But that's where your passion comes in, right? What first of all took you into this thing? So that's if it's not something you love the mindset, you would find it difficult to continue with. You might become fed up. But for me personally, at this point, at these times, what do? I reflect back on the times I've achieved some things. Reflect back on what brought me into this, the purpose I first of all felt, the joy I felt doing this at the beginning. So I try to remind myself of all of this and remind myself that that's not the end. Not actually where I want to be. This roadblock cannot be the end. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So I keep going. I keep going. Any obstacle, I know that because there's something ahead of it. Once I break it, once I break that obstacle, I can to the next line and keep going. Okay, cool. So first of all, you cannot motivate human beings without money. I say that because except most especially if it's not their vision, their plan, their thing, you cannot motivate them. So if you're not working with like minds, it's another. So first of all, money is not everything, right? Even though money answers all things, right? Money is not everything, regardless. For people that are not your vision, your goals are not in alignment, that's a big deal. But for those that are like minds, they will know and find the purpose in what they are doing. And whatever little obstacle will not hinder them from progressing in that vision, in that plan, in that purpose. But for those that who are not actually working in line with that vision, or specifically for their gain, then now the onus is on you to do yourself a favor by finding the right decision on that spot. I can't tell you what decision it is. Either you have the what they're looking for, give them what they're looking for. If you say the okay, thank you for coming, and you just have to find what works for you basically. And the best thing, like I say, is working with like mind. I think those that have same vision and go for that purpose. Then you wouldn't have to stress yourself much. So who I'll say and what I'll say. One for who. One of the persons that has been my greatest motivation is God Almighty. Because I literally cannot do anything without God, right? That's the one number one fan that I number one person that I've got. So, also, big shout out to my mentor, my boss, my dad, my father. That I said earlier. Um, I'm free to mention names, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Angel. So shout out to you. Simply because when you find purpose, you know that you don't just come into purpose, you walk into purpose with the things you're doing, and gradually. It's been one of the big deal for me that helps me walk into purpose, into vision, into alignment, helping me find purpose in what I now do, and the fact that I find joy in it. So, and for what? Now, for me personally, I like to be a very responsible person. So also, I say responsibility is one of those things. I want to take responsibility. I want to be man enough, like they say, right? So those are one of those things that are kept me skin. That means you have to work to get what you want. Nobody will give you on a platter of gold. So you have to strive, work hard, to get what you want, become better than you were yesterday. Yes, I do create content for. Yes, most definitely. Now, like I said, the sport management, I work in a football space precisely. Now, when you're working in a football space, you work with individuals, humans, and young people. And first of all, they are all joy to watch, basically, because they are kids. They are young kids, give you joy. The fact that you work with people, you don't have to always, you're able to interact often and often. So it's enough, it's a lot of joy for me, right? How do I draw inspiration from that? Now, first of all, one big deal for me is the fact that I'm able to help people. So if I'm doing something that is making another person happy, whether I'm getting something out of it yet or not. First of all, the fact that another soul, another person, another being is joyful at this that I've been able to help you achieve. It's an inspiration for me. It helps me to keep going. Then I know that one day, I'll get to the point where I must have helped a lot of people, even without my knowledge, without my consciousness. But what I do is helping people. So it's a lot of inspiration for me. The fact that I can help people, it's much inspiration for me already. The word food, activity. So in both fields, one of the role that I'm a deep thinker. I like to think. I'm critical thinker precisely. I'm not just gonna say critical thinker. I like to think well. I like to find problems because where there is problem, simply means the solution is right behind it. So at this point in time, so what do I look for? The problems. Find solutions for to the problems. And doing all of these things, I'm able to achieve much success by at the end of the day getting solutions to them.
Yeah.
Like, specifically for sport, I'd say the way we can now the way how social media has really enlarged sport to be. How social media has improved sport one way or the other. It's a lot of big deal for me. And I won't call it a specific brand because I'm not advertising for any brand right now. But at the moment, all of these things that we see online, how social media has improved sport by having brands come together to fund sports now. It's a lot of support, it's a lot of motivation. Because now I know that in this thing I'm doing, brands can come into it. Because once I get to a level that okay, this is something that they are looking for, then I don't even need to call them, they will come. That's it. That's why social media is effective. Okay. Cool. What keep me going? What? Why do I stay inspired? Firstly, no, I set goals for myself. I set targets. So one thing is one target, one goal at a time. After breaking one target, now that's game on. Means I need to increase the target, increase the goal, go further. Because that's not the end. Simply what it means. Then once I achieve a goal, it's a lot of joy. Celebrate the success. Keep moving. Because I know that there's a greater goal. Once I can do this, the best thing that you think of today, the best creativity, best thing you come up with today is the least you can come up with. Why? Because tomorrow you come with something better than what you already did. So what you don't think about, what you don't create, that will not be the best. That will not even come alive, right? So whatever is done now, whatever I've done now, that is a success. I know that something better is ahead. So I keep going. It inspires me to keep going. So that's it for me. First, I'll never give up, right? Yes, good word, never give up. One thing I'll tell you, it's never easy. It's never gonna be easy. Nobody promised you heaven on earth, right? You create your own heaven. So how do you do that? Put in all of the smart work and the hard work. The smart work and the hard work. Because it's not enough to work hard. You have to also work smart. Not just that, persevere. Like I said, it's never easy. You persevere. There will be times that you find it difficult, challenges that would shake shaking your foot, but you have to keep going because of that's what you're chasing for. That's what you're longing for. Until you get there, never stop going. Never stop going. Precisely. So, what I'm going to tell you today, if you want to do what I'm doing, want to achieve so much success, don't stop going. Don't stop going. Please also serve. Serve. That's one best platform to learn. Everything is not about what you can get now. You can get a lot of things while serving, while learning. A lot of us in this age and time, we just want to jump into success. Want to come into success. We don't born anyone into success. You work your way into success. And one of the ways to work into success is by serving. So please, that's it for me. Welcome.